Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hajin Lee with a daily S&P 500 market update. All right. So last time I had introduced this pattern, a symmetrical triangle, and had labeled this as an ABCDE. This is a 4-hour chart for the S&P 500, like so, but also stated that this D wave breakout has to be put into awareness. Just because it's a triangle, and I've been very consistent on this, just because a pattern looks like a triangle does not mean it has to have A, B, C, D, E sequence fully. The pattern is not dictated by the elite wave sequence of A, B, C, D, E, because there are more than one way to get a triangle pattern with less number of waves, in this case A, B, C, D. Because what we are seeing here is the earliest signs of a breach right there. And if this breach becomes decisive, and it might, I believe, then the breakout here will be very bullish, I guess, to say the least. The reason is because this triangle, whenever you see a triangle, which wave is it? And I've said this for cryptos many times, and it follows pretty much for the equities. Whenever you see a triangle pattern, it's either wave 2 or wave 4. So that means it is an intermediate sequence of waves, and that it could be a stepping stone for the higher waves to come about. There were many perma bears out there, and these perma bears have been bearish since March of 2009. They have been calling for the top at every opportunity. They were calling for the top here. They were calling for the top here. At every opportunity, they look for the top as if it is an event. And I don't think they understand that a topping is a process, not an event. And until you truly understand that, you'll be at a fruitless task of trying to pinpoint tops and pretty much getting it wrong every time. You have to go and find the trend, and the trend remains up as shown by this symmetrical triangle, which is a intermediate sequence of an impulse. And the trend means that we will see higher highs above the 2871 for the S&P 500. Is it possible, however, that while the index continues to put in higher highs or all-time new highs, that certain components within the index start showing early signs of a bearish pattern? Yes, and that is a bearish divergence between the index and the components. And that is something that I've been saying as I've been analyzing the stocks, that the tendency has been that more and more utilities, services, energy, technology stocks have been showing early signs of wave 3 topping. Again, this does not mean it's a perma bear event. No. More often than not, it has been showing it as a wave 3 topping. In other words, they're going to undergo a wave 4 and their correction to wave 4 could still be ongoing while the index continues to rise. In other words, their bearish influence cannot overcome the overall index bullish influence. There could be a potential of a snowballing effect, and this is the process of topping, that later on even more companies will soon generate wave 5 topping process. That when you count Elliott waves, you'll be able to count not only 1, 2, 3 as being complete, but 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, wave 5 is coming to completion. And as the strength in number of those topping individual components of the S&P 500 become larger and larger, you will see the S&P 500 rolling over into a correction. But for now, the S&P 500 is showing a breakout, a D-wave breakout of a symmetrical triangle, and the bias is towards an all-time new highs. More likely by mid-July, September. The Fed will probably raise rates in June. But also at the same time, for the rest of this year, the tax cuts that have been put out by the Trump administration will have, in my opinion, phenomenal impact in the economic vitality. And the time of impact could be several quarters. And maybe in between that could be a minor correction, which is perfectly fine. That'll give many of the wave 3 topping stocks to correct their wave 4s and continue up to the wave 5s. So for the S&P 500, it is a pretty bullish sign to see this pattern and a D-wave breakout. Okay, I hope you found this to be helpful. All crypto analysis will be posted on Bitcoin Live. And the Steemit will be providing equity, commodity, and options, maybe later on options analysis as well. Have a great day.